both teams start in their respective warp gates. We've got the Alpha and the Omega teams color-coded in red and blue respectively. Rules are no construction, no Colossus, and no Bastions. That is massive. That are crossing the road. My god, this is a slaughterhouse. It's not enough.
Yo guys, and welcome everyone today. We're here of the second game of today. I'm even gonna go to the in-game screen right now. We're a 48 versus 48 team. Was always nice to see. 2ARF against SYN. Both teams 48 players. Both teams, I would say, are pretty decent teams. It looks like it's gonna be an interesting game, you know. I've been following 2RF for the last few games right now, or it's 2RF. I say it wrong a lot of times, so I'm gonna try to say 2RF. But we'll see what they bring today. How you feeling, Arrows? How you feeling, Arrows?
Fine. How are you, Drakoy?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. You know, excited for the game. I think this should be a close one. At least I'm hoping a bit. You know. I saw 2ARF the last few games, so I expect them to take this win. But you never know what SYN is gonna pull out. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. SYN is in this case really a box of chocolate that you can't expect what kind of thing you can get, but yeah. That's 2 minutes flash start, so yeah.
Yeah, in 2 minutes, both warp gates will open, and we're gonna be ready to show you guys what both teams have to bring. I think the most interesting bases are gonna be the Granite Head Reactor again. We saw some interesting strats that are being used. A lot of people are pre-anviling right now the roof of C, but this could be beneficial and also bad at the same time, as your enemy can also steal your anvils. So we'll see who takes this middle base. Armor is mainly, we're seeing a lot of armor around Bitter Gorge and Satcom. Bitter Gorge seem to be the preferable base though for armor. So we'll see who actually brings the armor this time.
Oh yes. From the last matches, what I saw is that both teams will most likely will go heavy into air and armor, and then have some few people dropping on points, most likely Bitter Gorge, and yeah, maybe some ghost caps on Setcom, but I guess Setcom right now is not really the main priority right now. So yeah, the fight will be around the center and the north side of Nexus.
Yeah, and with 35 seconds left, it seems like the first anvils are coming down. This seems to be a SYN anvil. It's a small one. Oh, it's 2ARF. I think they did this last time as well, just to block the road, just to be a bit of a nuisance, I would say.
Yeah.
Just to try to slow the enemy down, basically. I don't know if it's worth it, but you know, if you can get a better timer up there, you'll see. I'm gonna see the fly out of Jeager right now. Of SYN, sorry. They have a lot of mosquitoes. They pre-pulled as well, what is always nice to see. Both teams have pre-pulled, so then you know the stakes are high.
I see right now 4 galaxies for 2AF, and yeah, a lot of mosquitoes. Oh,
Yeah,
someone crashed already.
a lot of mosquitoes from both sides. SYN not coming with a lot of galaxies, so we'll see if 2ref can actually make the difference with those gals. They also have a shield. I see a dervish in the middle as well. It's very hard to see who's winning in this sort of situation, as both teams run mosquitoes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I literally cannot tell who's winning right now. I see a lot of mosquitoes alive, so I guess that's good. Let's see where people are going right now. 2ref seems to be on Satcom, but no point flip. Granite Head Reactor is the big point again, and Bitter Gorge, nothing flipped as well. Let's see if we see any armor push here. It seems like on Bitter Gorge
The northern side, armor perspective wise, some all points flip for SYN, but nothing particular yet.
Yeah, 2ref is going down the middle here with 2 Prowlers and 2 Sunnies to actually make sure they have this middle base under control. They also pulled an extra Sunny from the vehicle terminal. There's none anviled on the roof though yet, of C building. Oh, that was some poor flying there. Other than that, it seems like the tanks are basically pulled into the middle base.
Right now on Granite Head, not a lot of people are around, so that's interesting. They didn't get a lot of prioritizing on Bitter Gorge. Where's all the pop? Oh,
Yeah, the pop is basically
Satcom.
at Granite Head. Satcom seems to be a decent sized kappa at least going on right now. 2ref with a galaxy up here. SYN dropping on the roof, an anvil also coming down. If that anvil can survive, it's a really strong Sunny placement. Yeah, somebody's gonna need to take that anvil, it's taking too long actually. And I think 2ref wants to go for the fast cap here. Ideally.
Yeah, that's at the moment also looks like Bitter Gorge is also in favor of Korea F. That's interesting. At the beginning I thought Sector would be basically a ghost cap area, and the faction will be fighting more about Bitter Gorge and Granite Head.
Yeah.
Not really around Sector. It's interesting.
Yeah, the thing is with Satcom, it's a 50-50 fight, but if you can cap the space, you can move those forces, you know? So if you quick cap fast, you can move those forces and see outside what's happening. I see 2 Skyguards just denying the air around the Satcom.
Yeah, they're on Granite Head. 3F have 2 Sunnies around. I didn't know. Looking for the we didn't have a stealth Sunny way behind the spawn. So yeah, they They mostly rely on beacon for directly in push. BF has better speed right now.
Yeah, it seems like SYN is trying to push in some sunnies, but the prowlers are holding them on the road and the skyguards are protecting them from above. Granite, all the points are very stalled. This is one of the slowest middle bases so far, I would say.
Yeah. It's heavily contested on both sides.
Yeah,
Well,
this one repair bear bus is doing a lot of work. I think it just despawned even.
only a few people are around the bitter gorge. That's
Oh, and I already hear the birds coming out right now from the air. Let's see, 25 seconds left on Satcom. I think Turaf has this point, to be honest. I don't see SYN coming in here again with the setup right now that they have.
SYN is dropping right now on C on Granite Reactor. Gain of right now.
Yeah, you're.
But
Yeah, Turaf has this. Satcom is theirs. We're gonna move quickly to Granite Head Reactor to see what's actually happening right there. The A point seems flickering. It is right now uncontested. Both 3 points right now in control of SYN right now. Or in control of Turaf, sorry. If this is a 3 base capture in the opening, that would be huge. Bitter Gorge is only 20 seconds left, so is this a trade-off?
at the moment, it's everything in the air right now. There's not a lot of pop around, and it's a small skirmish fight. So yeah,
Yeah, but
whoever wins basically also the base with 10 seconds left, and hidden snowflake for 2AF basically saved the day on the A point, denying the cap and 2AF also taking the neutral base.
yeah, I think this is even the PL, Jordy Bacon, that was there as well. Like these few people, I think it was like not even half a squad basically captured the space, and Cinder drop comes too late.
Yep.
So I would say a very strong opening for Turaf. We're gonna see if SYN can do a little comeback here.
2AF also right now on hydroponics. Interesting. Strong push forward. They don't want to play around, I guess. And yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Anvil already coming down right now on Slate Canyon Hold. So if they can directly deploy this, it's a heavy one as well. So Turaf have a really strong opening so far. Granite had a sticking back though at least. We're gonna check out Hydroponics compound really quick. What I hear right now, what is not good news for SYN, is that the platoon leader crashed for SYN, or had an error, sadly enough. So SYN lost their platoon leader. That is really sad to see.
That's really, really, really not good.
Because it's not only you lose the PL what is bad, but you also lose a player, and every player matters in a 48 versus 48. We'll see if SYN can regroup though and can get back in this.
Yeah, that's right now hydroponics is getting attacked. Also Setcom gets attacked by
Yeah,
SYN and yeah.
I would say a little misplay of the 2 ARF max there, just going out without an NG. I think the position wasn't too bad, but just going there without any NG support is just giving your nanites away when nanites are very costly in a game like this.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it seems like SYN is actually doing an attack on Bitter Gorge, but they need to make sure hydroponics get saved, otherwise they're gonna have an issue. Because the hold of Turaf is decent, they have one max. But it's not that, it's just a one squad hold it seems like. Plus some armor support. I think his Steel Rain is actually coming down, but it's not sure for what team it is yet. But yeah, this is maybe why it is a little bit... I would say it's fairly even right now in terms of pop-wise. It looks... I think maybe both teams have lost a few players, but it doesn't look like a huge difference.
Then it's dropping with the skill range now on hydroponics. The 30 seconds left on the point.
Yeah,
Okay, with 2 maxes up what the there.
I would say 3 maxes even, if I'm 4 maxes. So a really heavy investment here from Turaf. Having those 4 maxes in and clearing the point with only 20 seconds left. The thing is, what they're gonna do, I would say Stew Rain those maxes back in somewhere else, because it's a waste letting them just sit here.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like they pulled a full platoon back to save this base.
Yep. And at the moment, it also looks like that then 3F saved with the Porsche, and map-wise, it's looking like that they already prepped the back cap, so yeah.
Yeah, Turaf dropped with a huge amount of people on double as well. No maxes inside though, so this is gonna be hard to push. But the maxes go down without engine repairs, that's a big issue. And SYN maybe pulled out a little bit too quick here. They're not on the point, and 2ARF gonna go quickly back on this one.
Oh, that can be a power play.
Yeah, because you see they're on Bitter Gorge right now. And with 1 minute left, 2RAF is back on a point, and I don't see SYN coming back into this so quickly.
Oh, little bit of armor fight from around hydroponics.
Yeah, we're gonna show a little bit of the air right now, because there's actually a decent air battle going on. I'm not sure who the victors are, because it's so hard to actually see. I'm trying to spot them, but... Yeah, Bitter Gorge right now is a 50-50, I would say. Turaf seems in be controlled to just delay the point long enough to go make sure hydroponics goes through. Let's have a quick look at hydroponics again. Seems like SYN is back on point though.
Also landing right now on next to Omega. Looks like they want to push. They ready for the point.
Sorry, you cut out there a little bit extra. What did you say about Nexus Omega?
3F also right now directly for next to Omega, and yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a bit of a tank battle going on here. Like 3 plowers against 3 of 2 ref plowers, 4 of 2 ref plowers. Against the SYN ones, but they're holding their prowlers very passively. I don't think neither team can really push up right now.
Right now, we have kind of stay with a god right now, but the guys from SYN dropping it again on the middle on the A point.
Yeah, it seemed like Turaf is hacking the air turrets to just be a bit of a nuisance. They also hacked every spawn, so they're already getting Sundies out here. Yeah, those Sundies, having them ready, you'd never know if you can get on the Nexus, and then you have an easy transition.
Absolutely, this looks like SYN really focusing with their work on drops and yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Can we see population somewhere, Aerith? Is there a way to see Nexus population? How many people are on for each team?
Not directly. Let me look something up on Warunga's one website. If there's something about the alert, but not directly.
Yeah, now it seems like SYN is trying to push back on Bitter Gorge. And hydroponics is being fought over, so both teams are very split between these two bases. But I think Bitter Gorge is not an easy base to take if you don't have any vehicle control. And Turef has the Sundies and the aircraft, it seems like. The trees are also very strong on this continent though. Yeah, it seems like a full save of Turef. So we're gonna see if they can actually... What's gonna happen again? Yes, SYN is still on the point here. It's very important that they hold hydroponics if they still want a chance, because Slade Canyon is also going. So they need to break out of this two base struggle basically. They're holding up well though. They did a lot of clears, I would say.
Right now, it looks like the 3 of podcast and is 3, but that I don't want to put so many a lot of trust into this kind of data, but yeah.
Can you repeat that for us? Because you...
3F one person missing and then 3 people, but that data that's not really can be a little bit inaccurate.
Okay. So right now for the people viewing, 2ARF missing 3 people. No, 2ARF is missing 1 person, sorry, and SYN missing 3 people. So it would be 45 against a 47, if I'm correct. Those numbers can be off though, but that is the numbers we're getting. Oh, what a clutch revive here. And Turaf has the point with 2 minutes left. Pop is 50-50 approximately.
You are better than this. Show them.
If is coming directly for Slay Canyon and pushing directly towards.
Yeah, it seems like they're also ready on Nexus Omega to transfer as well. So I'm actually wondering what is SYN gonna prioritize. I think they need to choose one base to save, and then maybe go to the other one. But they cannot be saving both bases. It's gonna be very hard. I'm actually missing a bit of maxes from both teams right here.
Enemy heavy.
I think if you have Sundays or you have the spawns, you need to make sure you pull those maxes in. Either fly them in by galaxies, because maxes are in this Alpha Tours. We saw them a lot. One of the strongest things to hold points. Juraf with a strong setup inside though. And SYN has double control, but I don't think it... I'm not sure if it's enough to push the point. They have big stairs. They're pushing in small. Juraf now fully stuck on the point. Huge gong goes in. I think now for Turef, it's the job of the medics to just try to keep everyone alive as long as possible. Use your resonates, but don't use them all at once. SYN is pushing hard here. They're using every number they have. And this is gonna be res war for a bit here. But I think SYN just has more revive grenades left than 2RF.
Down, but it's a lot more hold right now. SYN is trying a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like Turef has a lot of armor outside. I think that's handy for sure for the home base, but they maybe could have used the armor a little bit closer here to get the point, because that's like half a squad you're missing there on point. I think people need to be not scared to sometimes drop their armor and actually go for the point, or drop their aircraft. Because in the end, it matters how much infantry you have on point. And it seems like they're actually doing what I just told. I don't know, maybe they're listening in. But a few of the armor guys dropped their tanks off. And now putting pressure on the point.
Almost in 10 seconds left Lake Canyon. It looks like one squad was on squad right now, and the steer rain is coming down.
Now let me move over really quick for that steer rain to Slate Canyon.
Can prevail.
Yeah, I think SYN is stacked up on the back door right now as we speak. Turef, one just dropped out of his aircraft.
We have the steering coming up for
Yeah,
Slate. Let's see the
SYN needs to get in this point before the steel rain comes down, otherwise they're crushed between two teams. And actually they got some maxes with them right now, Turef. This mosquito pilot. He killed a max with his ESF, what was I think one of the most important kills there probably. But it's not gonna be enough for SYN. One of the maxes of 2RF made it. They have a strong hold here. Or 2RF.
They are the points flipping on Omega. Yeah. Looks like they got the right now.
Yeah, it seems like the aircraft battle right now is raging. If we look at where people are flying from, it seems like 2RF is in control of the air, but SYN is still putting a bit up of a fight though. I wish they chose a camo beforehand so we could kinda know. But It seems like both SYN and Turaf have tanks. Both have teams have tanks around the base. It looks like Turaf did a pretty quick clear on the point with a few maxes. And also I'll pop them quite heavily, but what Turaf is gonna do right now is take hydroponics compound, I think, and just make sure SYN has no movement to break free anymore.
Do this with if they have a lot of armor around for 2AF, and it will take some time for SYN to see them out in some wait for them to push more multi-point.
Yeah, I think there's a huge armor battle going on right side right now. The Turaf tanks are getting pushed quite heavily, I would say, by the SYN armor. I think they're a bit outnumbered as we speak. They still have a Prowler left in the base itself, but that's not gonna hold for very long right now with the amount of Prowlers SYN has actually coming their way.
The Sneaky Bust. There's a Sneaky Bust from 3AF on like Omega or in the Alpha. And yeah. It looks like that the armor battle going in favor of this. What was what was I don't know, but some people from state are pushing it. So
Yeah, I would say it's nice to see that SYN actually pushed out of their Omega again and is directly back on Slate Canyon. I don't know if they have enough people though to get hydroponics compound back. Some really weird. There is some SYN guys just at the SATCOM. Already waiting on the points, but I think that's a bit of a waste. Being there.
if you want to have to state, don't for this with step, and they have they don't have any kind of positive side feature. So yeah.
Yes, SYN is not gonna get in this point here. And 2RF captures hydroponics compound. Let's see if what Slate Canyon will do, because 2RF basically has a lot of forces they can right now redeploy to the other side of the map.
Victory has not eluded us. Fight harder.
And the point is flickering on next guy again. Jordan's making right now on point. They were 2AF.
Yeah, if
And
you kind of have to take a risk now if you're SYN, you know? You need to choose. I need to take Slate Canyon, otherwise I'm gonna be stuck at my home base, you know? So it's only 1 minute 30 left. I would love to see already a backup ready at Bitter Gorge if they want to get out of this struggle, basically. Like, make sure you have a backup ready on all 3 points, two, three infuls. It's even like Turaf has a stealth under though, what is really strong to pull maxes from. But the maxes are unsupported again. And there another max goes down. Like, if your maxes don't have an NG, it's basically a quarter of its health. But we'll see, there's a lot of fighting happening outside. The Caltrops show how strong they actually are in a defensive setup. A lot of resonates going on right now here at Slate Canyon. I think the whole kind of force is there. Or there is another force at Nexus Omega, of course, but Turaf is actually pushing in here. It is a bit of an all-rounder. Everyone can still push us through. There's a lot of dead people though for SYN. And it's...
And 7 minutes on the cap on Ilya on. Oh my god, they.
Yeah, I think they chose to secure Omega, but I don't know if that was the right call for SYN here. 2Rev made the right call though, I think, to make sure Slate Canyon doesn't get back, and they keep basically... SYN doesn't only has 2 connections now, and that is an issue. Because you cannot move very much, you cannot play with the enemy.
No, at the moment you're doing everything to defend the base and push out of your base and time out the control. But it won't really stop but if you can manage timer and then push for Slate or hydroponic getting to one of the neutral bases and pushing forward. They can cut off some areas.
Yeah, it seems like a really nice rest grenade came in for 2ARF. SYN is coming through with the maxes now. Actual decent push. And they seem to be clearing the point, but this is 2 minutes that 2Ref has time basically to set up their spawns. Like, you have time to set up your logistics, bring in the maxes. But both teams are still invested in armor. Air is still being fought over as we speak right now. Because the thing is, maybe there is a timer going on Nexus Omega, but Slate Canyon can still be flipped if you get a Valkyrie there. But getting a Valkyrie with this amount of air of 2Ref is gonna be hard. But it seems like they're actually gonna try it though. It's not being super focused down, so I think they will make their drop. But some people are actually waiting on them. On the point. Yeah, 2ARF left like a half defensive squad here. Just to hold this base down. Or actually a full defensive squad is still on Slate Canyon just to make sure it gets fully kept. A good choice of 2Ref to just hold the defensive squad there. Because as they dropped in, SYN is gonna try again though. 3 Valks right now. Trying to break the holds. Is there gonna be enough people? They directly get air to grounded as they drop. This is awful as an infantry player. There's no enjoyment in this. There's nothing they can do. They need to clear the air before they can do anything. You better come with Bale Mosquitoes. Then you go like this.
On Omega and some things already pushing towards making for SYN. With 10 minutes left, could be over, but it will be pretty hard for some break into this game.
Yeah, I think 2Ref, sorry, is in control over this game. Though SYN is trying their hardest to break the lock. They actually secured fully their Nexus Omega. So we're gonna see if they can actually break out to any of the side bases or not. But it seems like Omega is finally fully saved. Let's see if there is any movements on hydroponics or not. SYN is there with a setup, so they have 4 minutes. What means it is possible. It is possible, but you have to be really quickly. So the game is still in play. right here, but having no air control makes life really tough for SYN. I think losing those nanites in the start, because they lost a lot of nanites, they lost a lot of air vehicles. And that makes a huge difference. Because kill-wise, they're not that much different, actually. And it seems like Turef is fully gonna go for the Nexus now. And now it's SYN that has to make a choice. Do we defend our Nexus or do we go for the full defense? Because as long as Turef has spawn points up, it's gonna be very hard to push them up those points. Yeah, I think for sure with SYN losing their platoon leader early game, they're all doing what they can. Being back on hydroponics compound is the right play to make. You're pushing out of your base, what you always want to be doing. And I think Turef is making great plays, showing great movement of infantry and air and tanks. I think the only thing that the infantry is missing is maxes. Like supported maxes. You need to have maxes that have an NG. Otherwise the max is of not much use either. Yeah, it seems like Turef sent a full squad back. To resecure, we're gonna have a little look. If they can actually resecure back that point.
Yeah, right now with 4 minutes 40 on the timer on Nexus, it really looks rough for SYN. A lot of things are going up and down, and yeah, it looks like that the outside control is in favor of SYN, but the inside control is right now for AF. Let's see for the remaining 10 minutes and hold it.
Yeah, the thing is right now, for hydroponics, Turef build their maxes. Well, Nexus secure, either they don't have the Sundies in, or I don't know where they are, they're just missing. When SYN is actively using them more, I would say. Though they're not being supported right now by NGs. They're clearing a lot of people though.
You are better than this. Show them.
And it seems like these few maxes is actually pushing Turef back. And now right now, Turef, if they would be quick, they could still drop on a hydroponics compound, but I don't think they're gonna drop on there within 5 seconds. So the only thing they have, I don't think they have time enough to cap hydroponics compound anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think time enough left, and they cannot lose their nexus as well anymore. So I think this will actually be the end map that we're seeing right now.
yeah, I guess that's the
Or Turef could still get on point, I think. If they get on point within 30 seconds, they can still capture the nexus, but otherwise it will be impossible. But it's not looking like it. It's looking like this is gonna be the end score. 8 bases for Turef, 1 basis for SYN. But I think they gave a beautiful battle. They're still trying to push out at least. They're not giving up. And it shows, you know, they defended their home base very well. You saw them, they're still pulling tanks. The air war is still going on slightly, but I think Turaf is still in the favor. It's then actually pushing Slate Canyon hold, though there's not gonna be time enough to capture it.
Enemy spawn point identified.
Yeah, with 45 seconds of point, that's not enough time for.
Yeah, it's not enough time to actually, because you need to consider in the time to actually flip the point. But it could be enough to just get the pressure off. And SYN pilot's doing a decent job trying to deny the SYN despawns.
Maybe they tried to SYN tried to go, yeah, SYN tried to go for a slate push. If they maybe can manage to get back one more point.
Yeah, it is too late to get a point back, and all the points already been handed out. Yeah.
Right now they've SYN is taking out on Slate Canyon, hacked Sunny out, and yeah, going for Slate.
Yeah, I'm sad seeing all these maxes without NGs. Like, I just saw 2 SYN maxes die just because they were not supported. Turaf pulling maxes of their own. At least there is an NG on it. It seems like Turaf is actually pushing the point again. At the Nexus Alpha. But they're backup on both sides. Nice play by SYN by actually backupping both sides. Now Turaf is here with a full backup. I'm not sure if they're gonna move back. I think they will, just to show they can. I wonder actually is what's gonna be the main focus of SYN. What side? I would say just go with your whole platoon to one base. Just to have a little end fight. You know, maybe to Slate Canyon or to Hydroponics. Send all the forces you can. Both air teams been fighting constantly. Like, even with 2 minutes left, they're still dueling in the air. What is nice to see. GG's already getting called right now. Seems like Turaf is not going to defend the bases. They're just spawn camping basically the main spawn.
Yeah, they both bases are out of time and they basically go for Nexus Alpha and try to touch the point and fight around the A point a little bit.
I'm gonna look here real quick. Who's on point? Push in. Man alone here. Just back up the point. And on Slate Canyon, we're gonna have a little look there as well. Who are the backuppers? I would say though, both teams did their best. It was a bit surprising. All 3 points went for Turaf in the start, and I think after that it's very hard to come back.
Always with you.
If you lose both, like all 3 of your middle bases, it forces you on the back foot. It forces you to defend, and then you struggle. But I think SYN did a really good job of counter-attacking, of clearing points, and trying to push out again. But it was a very rough game.
Yeah, didn't have a really good attempt on the gorge. They also maybe can get the gorge, but there was someone once that they lost, and if they won, they maybe can swing in the other direction. But that's in the end what it is.
Yeah, the end of the match, we're gonna do some interviews again in TeamSpeak PSB. So we'll see if anyone wants to come there. And right now we are back. GG's to everyone. GG's to all teams. You guys played both very well, I would say. 2RF coming out with a clear victory though. I think they were clearly the stronger team. Also, just pushing the middle was huge. Like having the 3 base cap makes a huge difference.
Yeah, Sylvanius is the one that was managing it for a lot of the period of time. I did have an interesting question for you, Hannibal. How many G201s did you guys have?
None.
None.
Ah, so
Okay.
we were screwed then. Damn.
Yeah, we had myself, and I was PLing, and one of our top 5 killers get GO2'd, and you can't log back in because fun.
I'm actually gonna go do debrief, but I just want to say it was a really fun fight, like really well played to SYN. We watched a lot of your games, both your Adra games actually I should say, and you guys have definitely improved a lot of your rotations and stuff since those Adra games. Like massive respect for that. That's a lot of improvement in a very small amount of time. So I want to call that out, and I want to give that a nod of respect because it's not easy to get an entire outfit to kind of like step up their game like that in a small window of time, and it's a credit to your leadership. So really well done.
I can't take credit for too much of that. Sylvanus is a very accomplished PL, but we didn't necessarily
I
want to
wouldn't go
force
that
that on him.
far. I was running around like a headless chicken trying to kill Odeon and Tarek the whole time.
But I do want to say thank you for giving us a good fight. I wish it could have been under better circumstances. I really wish I could have actually had a part in the scrap more so. But you guys played very well.
I actually have glandular fever at the moment, so I've been playing like semi-hallucinating, which is fun.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry, my guy. I really hope you get better.
And I was leading our alpha squad tonight, which was the one that was pretty much permanently at Hydro, and it's been an experience playing the game while being basically infected.
I imagine so.
Yeah, it was interesting. Thanks as always to Drakoy and Eros for covering. This is the 3rd week in a row you guys have covered 2 RAF matches. We love you guys. I don't really have much else to say. SYN was a great opponent. We had a lot of fun. Our strategy tonight was pretty much just try and nanite starve you guys, push as hard as we could. You did a great job in seizing control of the vehicle game. I think we actually got nanite drained by the end because we were like over-rotating with some of the vehicle stuff you were pulling. Great job with that. I think we probably had the upper hand tonight when it came to the infantry game, but you guys pulled out some crazy cards with the combined arms tonight. The Liberators, the Valkyrie spams, like I genuinely did not see half of that coming. I didn't think you guys had the certs for it, to be honest, given your Connery imports. So it was crazy. Real like mad respect for the amount of farming you guys must have had to do. So just a really good time, really good fight, just a very wholesome match. TR won in the end, which is what matters.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, great job, GG's, handshake, and I'm really happy we fought you guys, and I wish you best with the rest of your season.
I hope so. I hope at some point we can come back and have another match because this is we've had fun. with ADRE obviously, but this feels like a much a match that can develop to a certain extent that I'm really excited for. It's a challenge.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to rematch you guys next year if there's another one for sure. Can't wait.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Maybe
Go
one
ahead.
day we'll be able to organize our own matches.
Yeah, hopefully, right? Go ahead, Drakoy.
Yeah, maybe a question here for SYN. How was it actually to take over a platoon lead all of a sudden?
So basically, Bryn or Sulfur, who is our normal PL, couldn't make it. He had other obligations this week, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm being
Brand is
called, guys.
then-
Sorry, I apologize for interrupting. I'm gonna have to go. But once again, GG SYN. I apologize again. GG SYN. Thank you, Drakoy. I'll catch you guys later.
GG. Hope you get better.
GG.
GG, congrats.
So yeah, Zulfer had other obligations this week, so he couldn't make it. So that put Brandon as our vice platoon lead. Then he gets G20. What was it again?
203, I think.
G203
Or 201,
because
yeah.
Windows updates and drivers and nonsense. So that leaves me to PL, and I haven't PL'd in like 5 years. So it was me trying to both frag 2RAF as hard as I could to kick him off point, while also leading the rest of the platoon at a mediocre level.
We had a plan to put Sylv if for some ungodly reason this sort of thing happened, which it did, but I really didn't want to because Sylv is our number one fragger in the past 2 matches we've had by a wide margin. I think he 100 bombed in the last match.
Yeah, I think like having to BL cannot be like, it's a lot of work because you're basically looking at your map more than you're looking at your actual screen. So the work of a PL cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Especially because I couldn't see where everyone was. Like, half my platoon did not appear on my map for the whole match. So I had no idea where half my forces were.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, there was a bunch of glitches. I think I think it was either Erots or yourself on the PSP account mentioning that like you have to outfit invite because
correct.
There was just, I think we were organizing the platoon until like 5 minutes or like 2 minutes before the match actually started because stuff was still happening and people were still not able to get in.
Yeah, if you start on the blue side, the easiest thing is you need your other outfit members to know as well is just remake the platoon and just invite everyone. That's the easiest way, but it's not easy at all because that's the downside of starting on the blue side, that you have to remake your platoon.
It's working perfectly intended. Thank you so much for covering, by the way.
No problem. You guys deserved it. I think both teams gave up a really good fight. I think SYN played really well armor-wise. They put 2 ARF on the back a few times. Also by clearing out Sundays around the home base and stuff. And the Valk pulls were also just getting to the points. I think it was a bit rough sometimes because 2RAF had mainly air dominance, I think, from your point of view.
I was definitely seeing that, and
yeah, I'd have to talk to our air squad to figure out what was happening with them, but because we have some pretty decent air. I think we only had 6 ESFs as well the whole match, except for the opener.
There will be we part of the reason that we're so happy you covered it. It gives us a VOD so that we can analyze what went wrong and what went right. So thank you for that again. And I was listening to it. I wasn't really talking too much in the chat because you're delayed. Like I might just be giving messed up information. But you did a really good job. I've casted before and I've moved those PSB casting vehicles around, and it's harder than it looks. So you did a really good job.
Thank you very much. Anything you want to say to your guys of SYN?
You guys, from what I saw, were doing really well. Good job coping with all the turbulence that went down with me getting a G201 right at the same time another person did, or another two people, I can't remember, did like 3 minutes into the match. So good job, guys. And Sylvanius, thank you again so much for taking up the mantle.
Yeah, I did my best. I want to thank the squad leads for putting up with my shit because I didn't get it together until the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching, and also thank you very much for joining the interview room and for playing, of course. See you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you very
All
much.
right, thanks so much.